We're in one of my favorite Sydney neighborhoods, The Rocks, for a tour with Bonzo Bike Tours. So I've ridden a bike before, so I know how to ride a bike.
Yep.
I know how to put the helmet on,
Yep.
but I don't know where we're going.
Okay, well where we're going today is we're going to start down in Circular Quay. We go up to Observatory Hill. You can see a whole bunch of Sydney from there. Before the bridge was built, it actually had a 360-degree view.
Lovely.
There.
Are we going to get a workout in?
So you certainly are. It's easy. It's something that everyone can do.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. So we're here in Circular Quay, which is where the tour starts. It's also the place where Sydney started, pretty much, so it's kind of only appropriate.
This is cool, though. I've seen the ships down here in Circular Quay. They're amazing. They're different one every day. What a view, man. This is awesome. This is what you guys call art here?
So, well, it's what some people call art.
I like it.
We're here in a place called Walsh Bay. What we can see over here is something called Blues Point Tower, which is what some people say is the ugliest building in Sydney, but unfortunately it got heritage listed. So
really?
Yeah.
Why would it be heritage listed?
Because it was one of the oldest ones here. So they built it, the government bought it, and it stuck around long enough.
I've noticed, Kat, that Sydney is a very fit city as the people just went by.
It takes a little bit of work to maintain the reputation, but
what's the reputation?
Of a good-looking country.
It's very. Everybody's in good shape here. I love it.
Here we are at Observatory Hill. As you can see, there's a fair bit to observe.
There's a lot to observe.
There's a lot to observe. As you can see, there's a pretty good view. And we return.
Kat, thanks for the tour.
No worries, we got you back safe and sound.
We love your city, man. In its short lifetime, the Sydney Opera House has earned a reputation as a world-class performing arts centre and has become a true symbol of Sydney and the Australian nation. The Sydney Opera House is a beautiful structure known throughout the world. Alex is our tour guide today.
Hello.
I've always wanted to come here.
The Sydney Opera House, it was officially opened by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II in October of 1973. And in that time, the Sydney Opera House has become one of the most visited sites in Australia. The Sydney Opera House has a global recognition factor of around 4 billion people.
Wow.
That equates to roughly 2 out of every 3 people on the face of the earth. They recognise the iconic shape of the Sydney Opera House. It's amazing. People get truly overwhelmed walking through this space.
I bet especially architects.
Architects, they take an architects around, they just want to come and sit here and go, oh, baby.
Okay, so obviously we got concrete on the inside, but
Indeed.
on the outside is not.
Well, the whole roof is covered in ceramic roof tiles from Sweden. There is 1,056,006 individual roof tiles that cover the whole Sydney Opera House. Now, instead of climbing up and individually placing each tile, one after the other, up to 1,056,006, they tiled each one of those panels or lids down on the ground. Then they used a big crane, picked up each individual panel section and locked it into position.
What's the message to our viewers? I mean, obviously it's a beautiful structure, but why should people come to the Sydney Opera House?
I thought the Sydney Opera House was just for opera and just for classical music. But coming to the Sydney Opera House, it's places to eat, great views all the way around and inside, but it's not just opera that they do here. It's rock concerts, films, talk, avant-garde theatre, cabaret, burlesque, rock shows, a little bit of something for everyone.
Well, you've been an awesome tour guide.
Thank
you, Alex. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
One of the most thrilling things you can do here is climb the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Next stop, the top.
Welcome to the Sydney Harbour Bridge. What I'd like to do is to grab your latch, take it off the hook. We will be attaching it to our static line. That'll be on our right hand side. So we're ready for action?
Yes.
Let's go, let's do it. First part of the bridge here, southern approach span, roughly 300 metres long. So here we are coming over George Street. It's the oldest street in the country in actual fact.
Is it really? That's quite a climb.
Brilliant.
That's a fun little climb right there, straight up.
Everybody gets the same thrill that you do on the bridge, Jono.
And you get to do it several times a day.
We do. We get to do it up to 3 times a day. You got to be fit and ready to go as a climb leader.
You're looking fit, man. So what's that little fort-like thing over there?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Jono, because that's our main means of defence in Sydney. Fort Denison, roughly 155 years of age. So the little island that fort sits on, which is known as Pinchgut, was literally the top of the island was quarried away to a shelf so they could build the fort there that we see today.
I see lots of other people climbing the bridge. How many people come through this every day?
A record-breaking day, we'll see 1,800 people, and big numbers. It's the thing you've got to do when you come to Sydney, as you can see, Jono. You've got views of the whole of Greater Sydney, right out to those Blue Mountains, right down to the Southern Highlands, out to the Tasman Sea, part of the South Pacific.
Well, this was a spectacular day. I won't forget this. You were an awesome tour guide. You didn't disappoint, so thank you, Dean.
Thanks, Jono. It's been great to have you on board.
Guys, how good is this? There are over 400 beautiful parks and open spaces here in Sydney, and the city encourages responsible use and enjoyment of their lovely outdoors. The weather is quite moderate year-round here in Sydney, so it's almost always a perfect day to get outside and enjoy. For more information on Sydney and to plan your day in the park, go to sydney.com. We're staying at one of Australia's best boutique hotels located in the heart of Sydney's restaurant and bar district, the Kirkton Hotel. Let's talk about the property here and the different room styles available and just the overall feel you get when you come here.
Yeah, sure. There's 3 different room types here. There's the standard and the premium and the executive room type. The difference really is just in size. The decor is all pretty much the same. It really is dependent on how much size you need.
I love the feel you get in this. You don't feel like you're in a big city. You feel like you're in a small town. It's kind of a small town boutique atmosphere, and the neighborhood is awesome.
What we tried to do here with the design of this property was really fit it into Darlinghurst and create a boutique hotel that the locals really embraced.
You guys have one of the most famous pubs in Sydney.
We do.
Attached to the hotel.
We do. Eau de Vie, it's a fantastic cocktail bar, and it's won numerous awards right up to best hotel bar in the world. So I urge you guys to head down there and grab a cocktail.
You know, I think I might fit in there. Thanks to Paul, we're in Eau de Vie, which is a kind of speakeasy, right?
Yeah, we'll roll with that. Yeah, a speakeasy, a quiet little bar.
Ian, I'm told you guys make some crazy cocktails.
We do our best shot at it, that's certainly true, yeah.
So what are we gonna do?
Right now we're going to make up for you our own variation that we do on a Moscow Mule. The original drink just being a vodka-based cocktail with some lime juice and a ginger beer. Give us a good measure of citrus vodka. I'll knock some orange juice in there right now. We cut, instead of just using straight honey, we just cut it down a little bit. Give it a good hard shake, get a nice fluffy head on it.
That was very different and very good.
Yeah, so that's the Eau de Vie Yuzu Mule.
I love it. You've only been open for 2 years. How is it so popular?
Well, I think Sydney eventually is a big town, but the community is small, and when they find something cool, they all follow each other like sheep.
Yeah, no, the kitchen's right back here.
The kitchen
This
is
guy's
just in
just
there.
whipping it up right next to the bar, out in the open.
It's very helpful, and then plus we gave him shots, and he gave us a good recipe to make some drinks. Yeah, so it's a good deal. It's a fair deal.
It's a
right?
win-win. Well,
Yeah.
cheers to you, Max.
Thank you.
Koalas are so cute and so cuddly, but in most places in the world you actually can't cuddle them, but here, Jazz, we can.
You can, yes. One of the very unique opportunities that we allow our guests as they come to the zoo.
So she likes to be cuddled?
She does, yes. Do you want to have a go?
Of course.
All right. Good girl. All right, so it's really, really easy. It's basically like holding a baby that's got nails. There you go.
Oh yeah, she's sweet.
She is.
Feels like a little baby.
It does. Feels like a teddy bear with batteries.
She's precious.
She is.
Is it
yes.
possible for me to take her home?
No, you wouldn't get far. I've got incredibly long legs.
You can't come to the zoo in Australia and not hang out with the kangaroos.
It is by far one of the most popular aspects of the zoo is coming to see these Aussie icons.
I didn't think they'd let us get this close.
They're incredibly friendly, very, very relaxed, just like the rest of us locals. They're pretty chilled out.
This bird kind of scares me. The cassowary, probably the most dangerous bird in the world, am I right?
Potentially, yeah. Basically they run at you, they can run up to about 60 kilometres an hour and they'll run at you and strike with either their chest and or their foot.
Now there's a baby around that we can actually kind of get close to?
Yeah, we can get close to him. He's not so much a baby anymore, more of a sub-adult, but we can still get quite close to him, yeah. Before we do go in there, I just wanted to let you know that we were in there before. He might be a little bit nervous, so if he does start to show any signs, we'll just jump straight out.
I'll just follow you.
Sure.
I don't know what those signs might be. It's kind of like getting in the swamp with the crocodile right now. Kind of what that's like. Here he comes.
You guys are all right. If you just stay there, he'll be okay.
No sudden moves. Our next zoo adventure, the crocodiles.
Throughout the world, guys, we have 23 species of crocodilian. Now here in Australia, guys, we are lucky enough to have 2 of those species. Those bumps along his back there basically help to break up the surface tension of the water, allowing these animals to be a mere 15-20 centimetres below the surface and move right up into position. Now you might see if we can get the big fella out for you today, guys, so you can have a bit of a better look at him. There we go. Look at that. What a lovely smile.
What a special day. Thank you, Jazz. This was awesome.
We do have one last surprise, one character who would love to have a cuddle with you.
Bring it on.
Come on over, honey.
Hey! What an amazing hands-on experience here at the Cairns Tropical Zoo. Queensland has loads of food options. Tonight we go on the extreme side in downtown Cairns at Ochre. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of the most unique restaurant segments that we've ever had on the show.
Yeah.
It already started. You've already put kangaroo on the grill.
So we do a lot of native Australian food here. We're using lots of bush foods and a lot of native Australian animals as well.
What are you cooking for us tonight besides kangaroo?
We're going to do some wallaby as well, some crocodile wontons.
None of which I've had ever in my entire life.
Yeah.
Shrimp and...
Crocodile.
Shrimp and crocodile.
Yeah.
There you go. It looks good enough to eat.
Yeah. So this is wallaby.
And the wallaby.
Yeah. So we just put that with the kangaroo. We've had that on a menu for a while now. People seem to love it, so.
I really don't want to destroy the presentation, but
Try it.
I'm going to try
If
it.
you're in Australia, you may as well have a crack at it.
Absolutely, that's why I'm here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. All right, all you exotic food lovers, here we go. A little nervous, I'm not going to lie to you. Start out with the crocodile. Here we go. Not bad, a little chewy. It's your basic kangaroo fillet. I expected it to be gamey. It's really not. And here we go with your basic wallaby. Here's to nothing. I don't even know how to describe this. It's not like anything I've ever had. I honestly am surprised at how ungamey and how actually good a lot of this stuff was. The kangaroo totally surprised me. The prawns were amazing. The crocodile was even good. I would highly recommend Okra Restaurant on your next visit to Cairns. We've just arrived in charming Port Douglas and are being hosted by the Sheraton Mirage. Thank to you, Lachlan.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Pleasure.
Before we talk about this gorgeous property, let's talk about the community of Port Douglas. You get a really special feel.
Community of Port Douglas, very nice, tight-knit community here in Port Douglas. Lots of people in tourism here. It's our passion, it's our lifeblood. So, you know, there's lots of great things to do in Port, lots of great people around, great restaurants. Go down to the pub, have a drink here, meet with the locals.
So let's talk about this property. The first thing that strikes me is something unique, which we always look for in our properties because we tour all over the world, your lagoons.
Lagoons.
Oh my.
Fantastic, 14 of them. Got a freshwater pool is the main pool. The remainder are saltwater, pumped in from the ocean. So very, very friendly, very environmentally friendly.
This is a massive property.
Huge.
I don't even know where to start.
We're 147 hectares of land. So main complex, villas, 18-hole golf course, cocktail by the pool, lie by the pool. That's great. There's a games room there, so there's lots of games and things to keep the teenagers happy. You've seen the beach is a little flat, so really easy to ride up to the Port Douglas shops.
I noticed that there's some families here, but I also noticed there's a lot of couples. It's very romantic.
That's right.
Romance is definitely alive
but there's
and well here.
lots of places around the resort where you can sneak away, nice and quiet.
And by special request, you guys set up like private dinners and private lunches right out on the lagoons.
We've got our keyhole, which is a little area over the lagoon. You can have a romantic dinner there or a nice light lunch. Great. And as the sun goes down, stars at night, perfect.
Queensland is Australia's second largest state, occupying about 22.5% of its land. Tropical North Queensland, one of its 6 regions, is about the size of California and Oregon put together, so we're talking impressively large. As our new mate Sheila informed us, its top 3 industries are tourism, sugarcane, and roundabouts. You'll also find that Australians have a wicked sense of humor, which we love. Today I get to check something off my bucket list. After a scenic boat tour from Port Douglas, we're smack dab in the middle of the world-famous Great Barrier Reef.
Alrighty guys, we're gonna go on this semi-submersible here. What it does, it takes you around the reef for about 25 minutes. See a lot of those bigger creatures out there, sharks, turtles. It's quite a more unique way of viewing the reef, that's for sure.
This is cool.
Yeah. Look, the Great Barrier Reef, you're actually looking at about 350,000 square kilometres.
There's hundreds of different types of fish, and I'm really impressed with these little, look like stick-like features.
They're called staghorn coral, the branchy ones. But the reason why they differ in colour, it comes down to an organism called zooxanthellae. There's just amazing colours in this reef. Sunlight does depend as well. What we tend to find when it comes to trying to figure out the names of these corals and fish is what they look like is what they're called.
What are these ones here?
These guys here are called scissor-tailed sergeant majors.
I'd call them zebrafish.
Zebrafish is another one. That's the more common name.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. It is. I've been here for the last 2.5 years and there's always still something new to see every day.
Oh yeah, you never see the same thing twice.
Oh, no way. Yeah, no, it's amazing. You can also see this swaying coral on our left here. Spaghetti coral.
Spaghetti coral. Yeah.
Spaghetti coral.
It looks like spaghetti.
Yeah, you can relate to that. It's one of our soft corals.
Luke, that was great. Thanks, mate.
Oh, mate, I'm glad you enjoyed it. No worries.
Who's up for some snorkeling? This guy. Let's snorkel the Great Barrier Reef. We've seen the reef from underneath the water, now it's time to get a bird's eye view. What a day, what a day. Here, you guys at Quicksilver have set the bar pretty high.
Certainly a pleasant place to work and a pleasant place to visit as well.
Oh my God, the Great Barrier Reef.
The reef itself made up of about 2,900 separate reefs, along with sand cays and islands, stretches to 1,500 miles along the Queensland coast.
It's spectacular. Great Barrier Reef is one of the 7 wonders of the world, and for good reason. Wow. Music and culture go hand in hand, especially today at the Jabagai Aboriginal Cultural Park.
Well, we started 25 years ago in a little sleepy little village in Kuranda, and here we are 25 years later. The message is loud and clear. We want people to be educated about Australia, and we're more to Australia than just blonded surfboards, kangaroos and Vegemite. We've got a living culture here that's been going for countless generations, and we're very proud of that.
Today I'm going to learn how to throw a boomerang, I'm going to learn how to toss a spear.
Good, but what do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back?
A boomer gone?
No, we call it a stick.
A stick? That's good. Time to learn how to throw the boomerang. It seems rather simple, but I doubt it is. Zach, how do we do this?
So these are used for hunting pretty much. They're used for big flocks of birds, curving around, making tight circles. Alright, so we got the curved side. That's for the aerodynamics, and flat side.
So you tilt it like this when you throw it? Like that?
So on a tilt.
Okay.
So it'll catch the wind and push it back to you.
Okay. That did not work. Let's try it again.
Sorry, I'll try.
I need to go up?
Left for you.
Right in front of Mike. That was fun, the boomerang.
Yeah.
I like it. I kind of got the hang of it. So we're going to learn how to throw the spear?
Yep.
What's the key?
Pretty much follow through, like a tennis serve.
I can do that. I can play tennis.
Easy.
So before we learn how to play the didgeridoo, let's talk a little bit about this. We saw this earlier in the performance. It's such a beautiful instrument, Colin.
First step is the vibration of your lips. Right. You're gonna actually push up against your lip, so it's actually tight. So no hair is coming. There we go.
You know what? I think we'll let the master do it. Take it away, Colin.